Good morning. Welcome to Reiki Wednesday. I'm Jamie Lee of Animal Bonds. Thank you for joining me this morning. We're going to continue looking at some of the animal rescue groups that are out there working to help the animals. Some of them I've worked with, some of them are ones that you have suggested. And today we're going to talk about Keepers of the Wild, and I have been there. But before we talk about Keepers of the Wild, I would like to invite everyone in the Las Vegas area to join me this Saturday at Natural Care Institute and at 6315 South Rainbow from 3 to 5. I'm going to be hosting a small gathering in honor of World Animal Reiki Day. World Animal Reiki Day is actually Sunday the 5th, but we're celebrating on Saturday so everybody can be home and watch the Super Bowl if that's what you like to do. And we'll be looking at what Reiki is. We're going to go over some breathing techniques. We're going to go over some self-healing, how you can heal yourself and your animal. It's great for anybody who loves animals, anybody who cares for animals, for caregivers, rescuers. It'll be fun, it'll be short, it'll be informative, plus we're going to have some activities, we're going to have some goodies for us to partake in, and there will be a few door prizes. So I hope you can join us. Again, we're celebrating World Animal Reiki Day, and that is this Saturday from 3 to 5 at Natural Care Institute, which is 6315 South Rainbow. All right, so I hope to see you there. And now back to Keepers of the Wild. As I said, I've been trying to feature other rescue groups that are out there working, doing good in the community. And I had been in Las Vegas for 12 years before I even heard of Keepers of the Wild. I'm not even sure how I heard of them, but I did. And I decided I had to go visit, and I'm so glad I did. It was just a few months ago that I went. And Keepers of the Wild is nestled in the hillside of Valentine, Arizona. And it's a place where over 150 wild and exotic animals call home. 40 of these animals are either on the endangered or threatened list. And many of them have come from situations of neglect, of abuse, and far too many of them have come from the so-called entertainment industry. So, how did they end up there? And how did Keepers of the Wild even begin? Well, Keepers of the Wild was created by a man named Jonathan Kraft. He left his home in Holland years ago, and in a roundabout way, he ended up in the United States, and he was a very successful businessman with a series of ballroom dancing studios. He was also a producer, led to the performing, and he was a performer in Las Vegas, Nevada. And that's when he got his first 2 tiger cubs to help with his show. As he got these cubs and started working with them, he realized he needed help. So he got trainers, he talked to other people who were using wild cats in their acts, and he soon realized, became very clear, the abuse and the neglect these animals endure. And that's where his animal activism was born. So he began being a voice for the animals. And as his reputation grew, other performers came to him for advice. And his destiny was being born right then and there. He was becoming a voice for the animals. There was one celebrity that used to come to his shows, and she encouraged him to follow his dream, to follow his passion, and gave him the support that he needed. And in 1995, Keepers of the Wild was born. It's grown a lot, it's moved to locations, but right now it is in just outside Valentine, Arizona. It's 175 acres, home to 150 animals. It has big cats, small cats, primates, a grizzly bear, there's wolves, there's deer, there's coyotes, there's raccoons, there's birds, there's reptiles. Some of these wild animals that are there just because they're injured, they can be released back into the wild. The day I was there was a large bird of prey being released back. But for the most part, these animals come from the entertainment industry or the pet trade, and this is their home for the rest of their life. That is the commitment that Keepers of the Wild has made to the animals. They are home and they are cared for. But you know, the amazing thing about Keepers of the Wild, they don't breed, they don't sell. They take in these abused, neglected animals and they care for them for the rest of their life in a natural habitat. So as they're caring for them, they don't just do that. They care for their future as well by education and promotion to the public. And there's lots of ways that you can be involved in this. Of course, you can go to Keepers of the Wild. They have a walking tour and a safari tour, and they're open 6 days a week. So you want to call ahead to make sure, see what times the tours are starting. And you can actually see these wild animals yourself. They have classes that they put on that teach you about habitat, about the animal's needs, about the environment, all kinds of things, and those are offered throughout the week, periodically. So again, call ahead, see what class is being offered, when it is, the times, and educate yourself. You can always become involved if you live too far away to go there by donating. Donations are always accepted. You can do a one-time donation on their website, or you can sponsor an animal. And on their website, you can see and meet all the animals. There's pictures, there's their story, and then you can choose one to sponsor for a year. They have another unique, wonderful opportunity for people who are interested in working in the animal care, wild animal care business. And they offer 30, 60, and 90-day internships where you can come and actually work for 30, 60, or 90 days and see for yourself what your career field is going to be like. Learn what the animals need, learn their needs and their diets. If that's too much for you, you can take a vacation and go there and work. You get a hold of Keepers of the Wild and arrange it ahead of time. And they do ask for a minimum of 5 days, I believe it is. But you can go there and you can make it a family vacation. And you do all kinds of things. You may clean cages, you may prepare the food, you may be repairing irrigation. Lots of work that needs to be done just to keep the habitat safe for the animals. And if you live in the area, you're very, very lucky because you can visit and you can be a volunteer. And they have a program they put you through and you can become one of the regular volunteers. So Keepers of the Wild is pretty amazing. Not only are they rescuing these amazing wild animals and giving them the best care that they can in the most natural habitat possible, they're educating the public. They're allowing you to get up close to them to see these magnificent creatures. They're teaching you about their needs, what they need to live, why they're important. They're allowing you to volunteer if you want an education in the wildlife animal care. They're inviting you into internship with them. They're doing amazing things. And it was all because of a man's dream who came to America and opened a business and became a performer. And when he saw what was going on with the exotic cats, he knew he had to do something. And that is what so many of us are called to do. We all have a purpose that we come to this planet. And Jonathan Kraft definitely had a purpose to help animals. And so I would like to thank him, and Animal Bonds would like to thank him and honor him for the work he's doing, especially this week when we have World Animal Reiki Day coming up Saturday. So I would like to thank you for joining me. Hi, Deborah. Thank you for joining me. It's so good to have you join. I can't see you, but for those of you joining me, Deborah is a family member that I haven't seen in a long time, so it's nice to have her with me. I do hope that you can join me if you're in the Las Vegas area for World Animal Reiki Day. Again, remember that's this Saturday from 3 to 5 at Natural Care Institute, and that's located at 6315 South Rainbow. So I want to thank you again for joining me. Feel free to spread the word, share this video. If there's any animal organizations out there that are working to make the lives of animals better that you would like me to recognize, please put them down in the comments and I'll go through the comments before next week. I want to thank everyone for being a part of these Reiki Wednesdays and for caring about animals and our planet and making the world better for all of us. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you Saturday. And until then, keep on having a beautiful day and just following the example of the animals and being present and being kind and being compassionate. Thank you. Namaste.